I'm going to go ahead and call the meeting to order and start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, we got a pretty short meeting, it looks like, today. Next is the approval of the agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next is approval of last week's minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve last week's minutes.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next is approval of claims for payment.
And I will make a motion to approve the claims for payment for this week.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Next is Recorder's Monthly Report.
I'll make a motion to accept the Recorder's monthly report.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? This is for the month of January.
Yes.
Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Next we have is a change of status in the Sheriff's Office.
I will make a motion to approve the change of status for Leland Mosh. It's a promotion from part-time to full-time status as a correctional officer.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. I have another change of status. Two more.
Yeah. There's also a promotion, a change of status for the promotion of Jennifer Klusner, also going from part-time to full-time status, so I move to approve.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries.
And the third one, move to approve the change of status for Michael Pierce, also a promotion from part-time to full-time.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Now I have Community Services Regional Position Employee County.
I just wanted to talk with you a little bit about, with our region, you know, we've had these discussions before about how we're employed. We're all still county employees, but we're in the process right now of adding some what they consider regional employees. So there's probably 3 positions that have been, the positions have been approved by the governing board. 2 of those are service coordination specialists, which mean, and I'm the coordination, one of the 2 coordination officers, so basically they would be under my supervision and another person. We're looking at probably a person in the northern part and a person in the southern part. The other one is like a program manager. So what I'm asking you today is, and this is a copy of the hiring procedure too that was approved by the governing board at their last meeting. But if you look at the number 1 on that hiring procedure, it says the administrative team will determine which county will be the employing county through an internal review process. So as part of that process, we were asked to get back to our CEO this week with counties so that we know if we're interested in being the hiring entity for these staff. They're all positions that are paid by the region. So as far as dollars, you know, they're covered by the region. They would fall under our personnel policies. You know, if they're our employees, they would be just like any other employee. They would fill out time cards and everything just like everybody else. We don't know yet. It could be that person, because they're a regional employee, will be working in several counties. So they may work part of the time in Webster City, they might be here some, you know, they might be different places. But it would be more like this would be their, you know, their place of employment or where they're, so we would follow the personnel policies. So I guess I just wanted to recommend and ask that you would at least consider that, or that we would keep our door open and say, yes, we would be willing to do it. I mean, if we say no, then obviously we're off the table, and that means some other counties will probably become the employer. And so, and I don't know if we would end up being the one anyway, because I assume there will be several that will be interested, and there will be some kind of a review to determine which one is the most appropriate. And I'm not sure if it takes official action, or if you, for me to be able to contact our CEO and say, yes, we are interested. I talked with Jessica about it, and we also mentioned it to the HR guy the other day, and did you see any problems with it?
No, I read over it and thought it was fine.
If you look at it, it really says.
So is this for all 3 positions then, or just one? Or-
It could be for 1, or it could be for 2. I mean, each
Okay.
position will be considered separately.
But it's really no cost to us, they're paid by the
Should be
region.
no cost involved.
My only question is, like, I know you keep administrative costs here, is this, that falls under that, or is this where, like, we'd have to get money from the region to pay?
No, it would be paid just like anybody else in our department, so like,
So this is money we'd already have here, though,
Right.
like, I don't have to submit bills to be reimbursed to us for, okay.
we would just, the way it is now, at each year, we determine what our administrative costs are gonna be for the next year, and then we keep that amount here in the county, and then whatever's left
Yeah.
of that we
Okay.
send in, so we would just send in probably less money.
So these fall under that, though, is what
Yeah.
I was asking.
Yeah.
The only thing that I saw that would be of quote-unquote cost to us is the time that it would take to add 3 more people to payroll, to track their leave time, that kind of stuff. I asked when he was in my office, I said, are we talking like 20 people? Because that's gonna take a considerable amount of
Yeah.
time. If it's only 3, I don't think that's that big of a deal, so, especially if we keep things the way they are with our software company, it's not that big of a deal. If we go to an easier version, it's an even better deal, but it
Mhm.
doesn't matter.
Okay.
And I would doubt it would be 3, I would doubt it's 2, it might be 1, maybe 2. And then the other thing is, this is kind of a stopgap between, eventually I think we want to get to where either we have an outside entity or a county that employs all the regional employees, but we haven't got there yet, and Michael Galloway, the attorney out of Des Moines, I know he works with a lot of counties, and he was consulted about this, and he looked at our 2080 and everything, and he said, this is the way we needed to go for right now. And I think down the road, we'll probably look at some changes to our 2080 that would allow us to move further, but this is what he's saying we should do for now.
So do you want us to, like, approve allowing employees, or?
Maybe it would be good to just have a motion that you'll
Support it.
supports the
Mhm.
county to be a possible employer for regional employees, for CICS regional employees.
Anybody else?
Support in looking more into it, or support in this program?
I'd say
Well, it's.
having them be
I'd
employees of our
leave it
county.
fairly vague, but, and if you don't even think you need a motion, if there's just kind of consensus, I can just tell her that, yeah, I think we're interested, and then when it gets right down, you guys would have to actually approve a change of status for every single
Yeah.
person if we got to that point.
Well, and especially since Jessica's looked at it and she doesn't have any issues with it since it goes through her office, I guess, I don't think that it would be, a problem. So, I would be in favor of it, so I don't know.
I think it'd be a good deal,
So
keeping it in Hardin County.
if we don't need a formal motion, then, you've
What
got
about
my
for the-
approval.
For the minutes, do you need a formal motion or not?
I think you're just asking for support, basically, that you're gonna ask to be an employer, so I don't think it needs a.
No, it
You have
wasn't
my,
an
you know,
action item.
you have my support, and the only thing that I was gonna add, and you put it in at the very end, everything is so transitional right now. And we need to be acceptant to change because it's constantly changing. Right now, whatever helps the region in moving forward, I support this hiring procedure.
Okay.
Any other,
I'm just gonna add that, I just emailed Ron today, because he's on our case management governing board for our 3 counties. And at their last meeting, we had discussions about possibly an amendment to that 2080 for case management that would it would end that 2080 as of June 30th. So I sent it to the board members to review one last time, and then if that's okay with everybody, then it'll probably come back to each of the boards, because each board would have to separately approve the amendment. And it would basically, it would revise the 2080 because the 2080 now says you have to give notice before December 15th in order to end it. And so in that amendment, it says in there that, you know, it basically changes that date so that we can do it. And then it also would terminate the agreement June 30th. We're still waiting, you know, this whole thing's supposed to start March 1st, and I hear rumblings that it possibly now could get delayed again. And in their motion, they basically said this was all based on that it does take effect March 1st. If it doesn't, then that would kind of throw that out, and we'd have to go back to the drawing board. But just wanted to let you know that I guess we'll wait and see what the comments are, and then I'll let Nancy know to get it on the agenda either maybe next week or the following week.
Nope, sounds
And
good.
I think, let's see, today's the 17th. So today is the day that the MCOs are supposed to, or no, today was the last day for people to change. So tomorrow, each MCO is supposed to get a list of all their clients. So I'm thinking if they're gonna put another halt on it, they would do it before all those lists go out to the managed care companies. So I looked at the register this morning thinking I might see something in there, but I didn't. So if we don't hear anything today, I think it'll probably be a go.
I heard on the radio that welfare was out.
Yeah, they lost their
Yeah.
reconsideration or whatever it is. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yep.
Any other comments?
I
Nope.
agree with what Ron said, whatever.
Okay.
Do
Well
in the
then,
interim.
next I'm going through the application for fireworks permit. On this permit, I do notice there were a couple
Thanks, Lynn.
no's.
Yep.
There were a couple no's. I did call and ask about it. One was medical treatment. Yes, they do have it there. It was marked no, but they did have it in another explanation. And the other one was, will there be fireworks display be conducted, be wetted down afterwards? It is a professional company. I said it needed to be done. They have the water accessible right where they're at. And he said that's no problem.
It looks like all the yeses are now yes. And I will make a motion to approve the application for a firework permit for Summit Agricultural Group. And this is for August 6th of this year. They're excited. They're ready to go.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any other discussion? It is right off a pond dam, so yes,
Yeah.
the water
Yeah.
is accessible for them. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Next we have is the Hardin County embargo resolution, which during severe spring weather conditions that have caused certain secondary roads to be incapable of bearing the customary traffic thereon without undue damages. It lets the engineer be able to embargo roads for certain circumstances, not to exceed 90 days.
And this is an annual resolution that the board does.
Yes.
So, and it just gives Daryl the authority. So I'll make a motion to approve the resolution for the Hardin County embargo.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. We have no utility permits and nothing on secondary roads at this time outside the embargo. Any other business? Hearing none, I can ask for adjournment.
I'll move to adjourn.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Adjourned.